everybody, welcome back to Northernlion's challenge runs in the Binding of Isaac. You might be saying, Northernlion, you very rarely start challenge runs. Are you fucking with me? I mean, start challenge runs at the title screen here. Obviously, I start challenge runs because I finish them occasionally earlier than I would expect. This is a challenge run from Dennis. It's called Excuse for Northernlion. What are we doing? We're playing as Judas. That is our excuse. I've been saying we want to play as Judas for a while. There's no other conditions. We're going to play as Judas. We're going to have fun. And we're going to try to continue with this somewhat surprising streak of victories that we have had recently. I don't know if that is 3 Blue Baby wins in a row. Keep in mind, one of them was definitely with a challenge run that was probably, in hindsight, a little bit overpowered. But RNG 2.0, as well as the most recent run. What did I call that one? This Means War. All of those runs ended up with beating Blue Baby. So we've almost, from my perspective at least, entered into a new golden age of Isaac. Now remember, this golden age has very little to do with my own play. It's largely due to the random number generation and perhaps a couple of decent decisions on my part. Wow. You know, I think we're going to want to stick with Book of Belial as opposed to the D6. But what we might want to do is use Book of Belial on this room and then use the D6 to reroll whatever the F we get from Duke of Flies if it's something that is not particularly to my liking. At least we'll get one reroll out of D6 if it's necessary, or if it looks like that might be a smart decision. Otherwise, though, I think the Book of Belial is good. I'm loath to pass up the D6, but that's okay, and in fact, I am not even going to use the D6. We're just going to pretend it wasn't even there. What do we need as Judas to succeed? Health. Health and damage, basically. We already have good damage by way of Book of Belial and decent base damage as well, but we need more damage because we're not going to get enough health to do like a Maggie-style tanky run. So we really need to kind of compensate by making ourselves the most offensively badass motherfucker on the block. Not in like an Andrew Dice Clay way, but more in like a, you know, Tony Stark and Iron Man 1. That's the way Dad did it, that's the way America did it. And it's worked out pretty well occasionally, but also pretty badly at times as well. So, item rooms totally on the level here. Same with shops. Obviously, the standard shop rotation applies for now. We're still very much a tofu-like run here, where there's a lot of different flavors that we could possibly choose to take on if we want to succeed. You know what? I don't even like the left hand. I actually prefer to just skip that in favor of getting more regular blue chests. But anyway, let's fight our boss here. It's going to be Famine. Cube of Meat. Which is actually really unfortunate because it means I probably will be unable to take, even if I earn a deal with the devil here, I'll probably be unable to take it unless it's a one-heart deal for Mom's Knife or something like that. But anyway, let's just walk it back here. I definitely do not want to get rid of Book of Belial. It's one of my favorite items in the game, and we actually passed it up on the last run. We ended up succeeding, so, you know, no real trouble there. Well, we did get a Spirit Heart out of this. Let's see if maybe we can get something worth swinging here. Okay, this is actually ideal. We're fighting Krampus. Maybe ideal is not the right word because we are still going to have to fight Krampus, and I don't have Book of Belial charged up, so the damage is going to be a little bit lower than I would ideally like, and we don't have D6, so I'm guaranteed to get Lump of Coal, and of course there are better deal with the devil items than that. That being said, this is a happy kind of compromise because we're getting a deal with the devil item without actually having to pony up any health for it, which we really can't afford to pony up right now, so this is okay. We'll fight Krampus, we'll be tactical, break things, and, oh, be careful, hopefully manage to finish him off without losing the Spirit Heart, because the Spirit Heart may actually indeed become important if we want to go to boss trap rooms or things of the liking. We still, you know, we're very early on this floor, we haven't even been to the item room yet, so to get a Lump of Coal, as well as a single cube of meat, pretty nice. And of course this does mean that we have the potential to get a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th level cube of meat a little bit later. Maybe even beyond that, I guess, if we end up getting 9 lives or something like that. But, you know, it's unlikely we're going to return to the form of the last run where we ended up getting 2 4th level Meat Boys. My cat just jumped up on my lap. Don't fuck with me, Ruka. I'm fighting Krampus right now. He needs like 2 more hits. You're going to attack the microphone. I know it. That is your MO. Okay, you go sit on the mouse pad here. Go to sleep. I'll bug you a little bit later. But anyway, Lump of Coal. Beautiful. We didn't take damage there. Kind of surprising given the distractions and the lack of damage that I'm doing. That's okay, though. We will just skirt past left hand here, which I'm not that interested in. Seriously, cat, you got to get the F out of my grill right now, ideally. You know what? Getting this judgment is actually a very good thing. I'm going to go with this judgment rather than going with the shop, mostly because I don't have any keys yet. So there's a chance this guy pays out earlier. It's like, again, my cat just moved my mouse there. There's a chance this guy pays out earlier, but there's also a chance that he pays out with some keys, which would be awesome. Maybe we have an arcade on this floor, and I can turn that heart that he gave us into some money. We didn't get any keys, so we basically just gave him 5 cents for the privilege of a consumable item that we already don't need. That being said, you know, we still got a little bit of floor left to go here. There's our shop, obviously. That is not a champion, but we do have the possibility of getting a consumable on this floor. Basically, penny bomb or key gives us a chance to really spiral out of control here. Okay, there's more pennies, which means more plays on judgment. Let's go into the next room. We got some flies. At some point, I could use Book of Belial, but I'm kind of saving it just in case we end up coming across a better room later to use the Book of Belial on. Like this one, for example. It's not... Oh, I definitely should have saved it for the boss trap room. Well, you know, hopefully there's an arcade on this floor, because I would absolutely love to go to the boss trap room. Or we just get, like, a tarot card with a temperance or something. That's pretty unlikely, though. Let's see what our pill is. Bombs are key. Now we have a key. Beautiful. There's also the possibility that that is the secret room, and if we get more bombs, we could bomb our way into the boss trap room, where I could possibly get some more HP upgrades. Obviously, that is something I'm interested in. But for now, let's go to the item room. A lot of our future potential hinges on our ability to get something done here. Okay, this is not great. We did get 5 bombs, though, for 6 cents, which is a decent price, I'll admit. Piercing shots is an awesome upgrade. It's not as good as Polyphemus, but it's something. It means that we'll have the same effect as Polyphemus, just without the added damage bonus. On the bright side, we also don't lose damage when enemies are hit, I believe. So it's not like we'll hit one enemy and then 50% of the shot's damage will leave. I think, anyway. I think that's the way it goes, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So, we probably have... I was thinking, yeah, 1 or 2 more rooms left over here. That money is probably worthless. It's pretty unlikely that our secret room is going to be next to that boss trap room, but I would be remiss if I didn't at least check, you know? That extra money, beneficial, I guess. A curse room doesn't really appeal to me. Really interested in keeping the spirit heart, actually, that we have right now. Might end up being very beneficial later, especially if we don't get HP upgrades for a while, because I could use those to kind of keep me alive after I take a deal with the devil. For now, pleased, but could certainly, you know, there's room for improvement here. Still no keys. Now I say we look for the secret room. Obviously, I'm hoping that ideally it ends up being next to... Oh, that was okay. I didn't expect to get both cents there. That's awesome, even though we didn't find the secret room. Ideally, I want it to be next to that boss trap room. And if Remote Detonator ends up giving us that, you know what? That's or giving us enough bombs to do that, that's A-okay. Sadly, I don't think that's going to be the case, though. Now we do have 15 cents, but again, we have 0 keys, so... I've got to check. I know this is a long shot, a very, very long shot. In fact, it might be an impossibility, but I've got to check to see if that's the second secret room. It wasn't. I knew it wasn't, but, I don't know. Now, here's the thing. I could go into this curse room. I'm gonna go for the gusto here. So I'm gonna sacrifice a bunch of my life to this curse room, including this spirit heart, just to see what we get. It's spiders. You know what? That's okay. And I'm gonna walk in and out one more time. Why am I not getting hit? So I'm going to walk in and out one more time, because I want to go to this boss trap room. I really want to snag this HP upgrade. If we get rid of a spirit heart to pick up a single HP upgrade, I'm okay with that. That's more beneficial for us in the long run as Judas. Now, there's extra health outside. We have Book of Belial charged up. This could go terribly wrong. This could be a garbage item even in the boss trap room. I can deal with that as it comes. It's the coin purse. All right, that's... tempting enough, but now I'm trapped in a... Okay, I just had to get out of there because I didn't want to Zelda the pills over top of me. I'm gonna fight for this because there's the potential that we get, you know, balls of steel or attribute upgrades, including health ups in there. So I absolutely have to go for it. If I didn't, I could find myself in a terrible position. Remember, after this we'll get Larry Jr. Larry Jr. should only do half a heart of damage with each shot, and there's enough health remaining on this floor to kind of build us back up to full health. So we'll kill him. We got Larry Jr.'s. Please don't do 1 full heart of damage. That's the only thing I ask here. We do have kind of like the piercing shots helped us out a great deal there. We survived. We got a chest as well. Now, don't be bad. This is the other thing. Oh my god, a speed down. Okay, bombs are key. We'll take it because we want those keys, and a telepills that took us back to this area. Well, I would say that was largely a waste of a spirit heart, but now, you know, we're still, like, we're ping-ponging all the way around the floor here. We might be able to go to the shop and buy something worthwhile now. This has been a very interesting kind of turn of events on this floor, at the very least. We get the compass. So all of that, you know, it was a roundabout Rube Goldberg-style kind of machination that we had to go through, or machine, I guess, accurately, that we had to go through, but I did end up picking up the compass as a result. Was it worth it? Maybe. I did get a speed down. Hopefully we can supplement that with a speed up or an all stats up a little bit later. But for now, you know, piercing shots and the compass and single cube of meat from this floor. It was a long trip, but maybe it was worth it, man. So with all these keys, we will be able to go to our item room for sure, which is something that I was a little bit concerned about. Remember, we did start that floor with literally 0 keys. We managed to not only make enough keys to go to the item... Oh, that sucks. To go to the item room in the shop, but to also pick some up to carry with us down to the next floor. So we definitely need to not get hit as much as I got hit on that last room, because these guys do 1 full heart of damage. Piercing shots doing some good work. Extra keys, thank you very much. And extra health. Useful for now. So our item room could save our lives here. Poison touch, valuable. Not immediately the most useful item, but could be later. Oh my, a cat is knocking the mouse pointer back onto the screen. You were being big ding dong, Ruka. You want to go on the floor? There you go, you're going to go on the floor. Daddy's working right now, at least the closest thing that he does to resemble work anyway. You just go sleep, you're a cat, that's what you do, alright? And I don't want to go to the shop yet. Do I want to go to the mob trap room? Interesting decision. I think I do, because I really need to like kind of push for advantages at this point. When you're playing as other characters, oftentimes you can afford to be a little bit less picky. Well, not less picky. You can afford to be more picky, actually, is the accurate way to put it, about what rooms you go to. But as Judas, especially in a situation like this where I'm still not doing fantastically from a health standpoint, I've really kind of got to check all of my possible advantages that I can. So even 1 extra cent, you never know when that's going to make the difference. That did make a difference on the last floor between getting the compass and not getting the compass, so I'm happy about that. Not enough bombs to look for our secret room. Keep in mind we did lose all of our 5 bombs that we picked up from that judgment who gave us remote detonator, but we had to go through every single trial that we went through there in order to actually get the compass. So it was worth it. The compass is a super valuable item. That was really bad damage to take. We could actually die here. Keep in mind that the champion heads do 1 full heart of damage. Could that be a Joker card? It is 2 of clubs. I'm just going to take it. The extra bombs will allow me to go into this treasure chest right here. There is a half heart a little bit further back. That allowed us to get a lot of money. If we can now find the secret room with this last remaining bomb, we could get into that shop and possibly buy an item. Should be awesome for me. Now just definitely do not get hit in this situation. This is a tough call for us. We don't have full health, so we can't go in there yet. There's 2 possible locations for the secret room, and that worries me, but it's worth noting. We might be able to go into the shop, buy a bomb, and then definitely find the secret room, and that might be enough to give us an item, or to give us enough money to buy the actual item on the shop, if that makes any sense at all. It's getting a little confusing. I'll relent on that one. This is not high-level tactical play, it's just a very confusing way of describing what's happening. So we're just gonna back it up as far as we can. We should be able to, by way of piercing shots, to take these guys out easily. With another key, I think we should check here. I was, yes, very much hoping that it was not greed. Now, I think we buy the heart for 2 cents. Hear me out here. Then we go into the, I was hoping there was a bomb, but then we go into the mob trap room where we'll potentially get more money, keys, and bombs. Maybe even an actual upgrade. But more bombs would be good, then I can find the secret room. It's possible we might get enough money. I don't even want to buy Book of Revelation, so that's not necessary. But getting more money to move on to the next floor is okay as well. We got 1 bomb, and including a live bomb, which we don't want. Or excluding a live bomb, which we don't want, obviously. Haven't seen a live bomb that detrimental since Ashley Simpson on Saturday Night Live in 2005. Hi-yo! Timely references. Let's just keep walking backwards here. The walking backwards technique with the piercing shot has been working out fairly well for me so far. It sounds like a beer you would order at, like, or not a beer, but a drink you would order at, like, a juice bar or something like that. Like, I'll have a walking backwards with a piercing shot, please. That is a speed upgrade in the way of goat hoof, which is important. Now, how do we make this work for us now? We still are very, very low on health, and we have not really found a way to supplement that yet. We beat the boss. It's either... Oh, it's Little Chub, which I was not looking forward to. I was hoping that it would give us an HP upgrade, and then by way of that HP upgrade, we could then get something that gave us amazing damage on the deal with the Devil Room that we may potentially earn at the end of this. But as of right now, sadly, that is not in the cards, so I would say, well, we do have 2 bombs. We might as well look for the secret room. We might not be so lucky with only having 2 possible locations for it on the next floor. So far, I've been trying not to feel bad about the way things are going, but we're definitely going to have an uphill battle thanks to the random number generator when it comes to getting later and later into the game. That's not to say we don't have advantages. We're doing damage, you know. 3 cents for all that. Wow. Well, we are at 7 cents now, so we could potentially buy an item on the next floor. But yeah, it's not to say we don't have advantages. Poison touch, piercing shots, lump of coal, that's okay. Those are all fairly solid upgrades. At the same time, we need kind of more of those like basic upgrades, like health and damage and even speed at this point, if we're going to have any chance of actually making it in the world today. So I'm going to try to get this penny. That might have been a silly decision, but it ended up working for us. Again, I'm probably going to make a go at this boss trap room. just because I might... Oh, golden key is actually excellent here. Just because I might as well, I feel. There's more money. We'll talk about this blood bank later if it ends up playing a bigger role. And there's an HP upgrade. Beautiful. I'm very glad I went through this. We're going to have to fight some asshole bosses, I think. Actually, it might just be Monstro and Larry Jr. again, to be honest with you, because usually the boss trap rooms take bosses from the previous floor, so we should just have Monstro and Larry Jr. again, which is actually totally fine by me. We're not doing really any extra damage versus... Oh, come on. Versus how we did against them earlier, but still, this is fine. All of this to get 1 HP upgrade is cool by me. Remember, the last time we did this, all we got was the coin purse, which ended up actually only conveying a speed down pill to us, which is obviously not that solid. Again, this blood bank is something we'll talk about in greater detail if it ends up becoming especially relevant to giving us enough money to buy something from the shop. With golden keys, we might as well open absolutely everything we come across. Guardian Angel, you know, this is another item that is useful. Not going to win us the game, but I'm happy we have it regardless. So we're going to go probably beeline for the shop, because the existence of a good item in the shop could define how I spend the rest of my time on this floor, namely going to that blood bank to try to get a little bit more money, sacrificing some health to get money necessary to buy something, you know, like map, compass, or we already have compass, map, the blue candle, although Book of Revelations might be worth it at this point, or sorry, Book of Belial might be worth it at this point over the blue candle. It's a little bit of extra health to compensate for the damage I took there, which is great. This room is quite honestly probably worth Book of Belial, but by the time I finish that sentence, we'd already killed half of the enemies, so we'll just save it and maybe use it on the boss room exclusively. We're back to full health, which is great. We're fighting Greed, and you know what? This might be a good opportunity for me to use Book of Belial then. I'm glad I didn't use it on the last floor. And I really love piercing shots from a crowd control standpoint, because it makes it so much easier to really do damage. Now, I would love at this point to almost get a range upgrade. Not only does it synergize well, obviously, with Lump of Coal, but with piercing shots it does as well, because now we can hit enemies. If we had infinite range, it would almost be like a slow-firing Brimstone. So now we don't have a... Oh, careful, careful, careful. We don't have a huge incentive to play that blood bank beyond getting the HP upgrade, which obviously I would love. So what we're probably going to do, the way we're probably going to handle that blood bank, and it could be something that really impacts our success in the future. Thank you, Guardian Angel and Cube of Meat, for saving me from taking damage there. Is we'll probably do the entire floor, then we'll take an inventory of how much health we have kind of sitting around that is surplus, because, you know, recall it won't all be surplus. Assuming we take some damage, which we already have so far. That was kind of close. And then we'll trade it all into the blood bank, see how much money we can get, see how much health we can get, or see if we can possibly have some more chances to get the blood bag. Anyway, we have 2 bombs. I don't know if it's worth looking for the secret room with 2 bombs. Let's see who we're fighting. I hope it's Pestilence, actually, so it's not. But this is actually alright as well. We won't be able to get to our 4th level Cube of Meat, unfortunately, simply by virtue of not having enough boss rooms to make that happen, but we will be able to pick up potentially a more vanilla stats upgrade here. It's totally fine by me. I'll pick this up, even though that probably cost us a play on the blood bank, unless I took some extra damage here. Alright, what do we have? You know, I'm okay with Squeezy. The extra Spirit Hearts are okay. The Tears upgrade is fine as well. We're going to be firing a little bit faster. It's valuable. So how many hearts do we have? We have at least 1, maybe 1.5. Just kind of sitting around. So there's half. There's 1. So we do have 3 plays of that blood bank. We should probably just go check and see. I mean, we can just play it as much as we want at this point, because we have the Spirit Hearts to kind of back us up, even if we end up not being 100% back to full red hearts. It's not the end of the world. In fact, we could probably even afford to stay at the bottom of our health, even if we didn't have these Spirit Hearts. But it's worth... Okay, there's 2 now, so we have 4 plays. It's worth being a little bit more prudent in this situation, because, you know, you only die once. You only live once, too, as we all know from last summer's smash hit, hashtag YOLO, but... at the same time, you only die once as well. You only get 1 chance to keep yourself alive. So, why don't we come down here to the right, and I'll play the blood bank 5 times. That's as much as we can play it without really destroying ourselves. And then maybe I'll pick up some extra health, and we'll come back. We'll take that as it comes, I guess, is the best way to put it. We got 1 more hit here. We are going to get, that's the other tangential benefit here, is that we're going to get a little bit of extra money. Cool beans. Remember, we do have Little Chad, so that's the first time I think I've ever said Little Chad instead of Little Chub. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to be a little bit ballsier than you might expect. I'm going to pick up all of this health, and then I'm going to go play the blood bank until we get back down to half of a heart in the hopes of getting this blood bag. If we only get money, so be it. We'll hopefully use that in the remaining 2 shops. But I'm just basically banking on these Spirit Hearts keeping us alive. I think it's worth the risk. Not to mention, the speed upgrade from Blood Bag is actually super important right now. It's something I haven't really talked about explicitly. But, you know, we need the health. We also could really use the speed upgrade, because we're pretty slow, even with the Goat Hoof, by virtue of that gambit that I took earlier that actually led to us getting a speed down pill in the boss trap room. So we're just going to keep playing it here. I wish we had enough time of invincibility to play the Blood Bank like twice before we actually got through, but sadly no. Alright, well, you know what? We'll blow up the Blood Bank. Hopefully we'll get a little extra health back as a result. Wow, we actually got back to full health and picked up a Spirit Heart. So effectively we traded one bomb for like 14 cents and a Spirit Heart, which is an absolutely fantastic trade. Of course we traded a little of our time as well, which we can't get back. But I'm feeling more confident. Certainly not confident overall in our chances, but slightly more confident about how we can succeed in the very near future, at least. Ladder would be beautiful. Map, anything that allows us to use Book of Belial more often. Health upgrades, base damage upgrades, anything amazing like Mom's Knife or Brimstone would also be certainly welcome. Polyphemus, quad shot, I'm pretty easy, as you can see. Now we have Curse of the Labyrinth, so we actually are only going to have one more shop. This is 100% a room where I feel totally confident in using our Book of Belial. I have lost a Spirit Heart and a half already. Please destroy. Thank you. That was the asshole. Oh, there's 2 Spirit Hearts down. Thankfully, we didn't lose all of our Spirit Hearts, but that was still a pretty shabby show. But we got 2 Spirit Hearts back, so we had to trade our bomb for that. That's okay. Doctor's Remote, absolutely not even worth the item room it's existing in right now. Obviously, I explicitly did come into this boss room to fight this mini-boss. That's okay by me. There's a Tinted Rock here, too. Hopefully, I can convince that bomb to kind of set it off at some point. Wait, I don't want to kick it too far down, because the other bombs are blocking it, apparently. Seriously, this should be easy. Why don't I just... You come up here. No, you come down here. I'm aiming at where I want you to go. And you're going to fire a bomb at me, and then I'm just going to kick it ever so slightly. Like that. Okay, that actually worked out really well, and we ended up getting a Spirit Heart. Super Wrath, or not Super Wrath, just regular Wrath will die. Stay away. We picked up another 2 bombs as a result of that. Good room. We were all out of bombs, so getting that extra bomb means actually quite a lot. Now, it is an XL floor, and it's Necropolis XL, so we've got a long road ahead of us here. I'm hoping that we manage to pick up some items on the fly here that help us out. Otherwise, we might be in for a tall ask here. Keep in mind, there is a Blood Bank. There is also a Demon Judgment, both of which, as you might expect, interest me a great deal as someone who kind of desperately needs to get some extra advantages at this point. So there is our shop. Obviously, shop is priority number 1 here. Bad items, unfortunately, but we'll definitely pick up the Spirit Heart. We will go check out our mob trap room just in case. You know, 10 extra bombs is worth the bullshit that I'm going to have to put up with on this room. And I'm not even going to use Book of Belial, just in case we come across worse rooms in the future. Because you know what? I would rather fight the bullshit that comes out of these mob trap rooms any day of the week than fight another room without Book of Belial of those masks and hearts who are just the biggest pains in the ass and show up all the fucking time. When you are on Necropolis here. So these guys are way faster than me. This is why we need a speed upgrade, ideally, as soon as possible. But hey, we made this work. We picked up even another penny as a result of that as well. So, Demon Judgment is very, very tempting. And in fact, he's tempting on a quick level here, meaning that I want to play him as soon as possible. And in fact, we might accidentally find the secret room here while using this bomb as well, which is another incentive. Sadly, that was not it. We'll play this until we get down to 0 or until he pays out. Either way, I'm happy with it. The Miter, beautiful. Not 100% necessary, but valuable nonetheless. Can we even earn a deal with the devil on an XL floor like this one? I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so now that Demon Judgment is gone, we can focus on this Blood Bank, which could potentially get us another HP upgrade. We really need to press all these advantages. Okay, this is Book of Belial worthy. Anything, whenever I see a mask or those hearts, it's just like, yeah, now's the time, motherfucker. So again, I will probably hemorrhage a lot of health here. I placed a bomb by accident, but didn't end up saving me any health at all. Jesus Christ, I took another Spirit Heart and a half just against this one mask. Part of that is because I'm bad at fighting these guys. Another part is simply that that speed downgrade that I got earlier. I can't stress enough that is sincerely, like, fucked me up a lot. Anyway, can we even make it past that guy without getting hit? Barely, I guess is the answer there. Please, a diagonal shot or a long-range shot. Blow this dude up. Thank you very much. Our last item room contains Able. Again, it's one of those items where I'm like, I'm happy to have it, but I'm also not that excited to have it. This has been a hard run. If we end up ooh, that was real close. If we end up succeeding on this run, not only does the troll engine deserve some credit for giving me some half-decent items in the form of, you know, piercing shots and stuff like that. It's not like I'm beating the game with nothing, but I'm beating the game with very little, so I feel like this would be one of my crowning achievements if I managed to make it work. Mind you, we're taking a lot of damage on Necropolis, and as I mentioned, you know, or mentioned continuously, the floors after this get basically exponentially more difficult. You know, the Cathedral is several times harder than the Womb, which is several times harder than even Necropolis, most of the time anyway. Although, you know, it basically depends on the room layout. Whatever floor has those masks is going to be the most annoying for me. I wonder if piercing shots also make zombies easier to kill, as far as I remember. So, that's a bonus. But still, is it an... Oh, fuck. This is a clusterfuck of a room right here. Please kill... Oh, we managed to kind of... Okay, we still got hit, but we managed to sort things out a little bit. I outrange these guys, which is actually really important if we're going to succeed. Come on, Abel, you can do this. If I can just take him down here. There we go. Abel actually did manage to do it. So, we are going to play this blood bank. We're going to be a little bit more cautious than normal with this blood bank. We're going to play it until we get down to 0, but then we're going to pick up our hearts, and then we're going to make our way to the boss room. Largely because I don't feel like I can afford to really risk too much health here. And you know what? We picked up another spirit heart and another full heart as a result of that. So, we'll make our way down to this boss room. We'll pick up enough health on the way to probably almost certainly take us back to full health. But man, okay, so what do I ideally want to fight here? I want to fight the Fallen in the first boss room because, you know, you might be saying, oh, don't you want to fight War? No, because his speed upgrade, or his crazy speed is going to make him basically impossible for me to kill without dying myself. The Fallen would at least give us a chance at an item like a Mom's Knife or something like that, or a Brimstone, which we kind of desperately need, or a Spirit of the Night. There's a lot of possible outs, I guess, if we get the Fallen. Obviously, that's going to be followed by Mom, and ideally, I think Red Mom is what we want to do. Although, you know, all the regular Mom would probably be fine. I don't anticipate that Blue Mom would be the end of the world for us, assuming we brought a lot of health into it. Largely because, oh, just careful here. I'm trying to save Book of Belial, obviously, for the boss room. One of the boss rooms at this point, anyway. I don't really anticipate Blue Mom would kill us, but it might be a problem. Although it might actually be easier, because the piercing shot does make crowd control a little bit simpler. So let's just hang out up here. These guys are kind of a pain in the ass. We have a lot of problems right now. There's no question about that. Miter is great, because we're going to be getting these Spirit Heart drops. Oh, that was real bad. Hopefully more frequently. But is it enough? Almost certainly not, really. So, why is there only one boss room here? Oh, it's because I don't have the map, so I guess you don't see both boss rooms with the compass. It makes it seem a little unusual, though. The shops didn't turn out fantastically for me here, unfortunately, but hey, we are going into this with our Book of Belial charged up. Please don't be... Oh, fuck, it's war. Okay, now we've got an interesting predicament, because it might actually be in our best interest, believe it or not, to use... Oh, they're troll bombs. I'm so slow! It might be in our best interest to use Book of Belial on War, just to give us a chance of survival, and then use, then just use, like, vanilla damage on Mom. So this is a real problem. I think this is a slower version of War, but he's still faster than I am. Recall, we do have Poison Touch. We might be able to kill him before he gets to us one last time. Okay, that was real close. So, second level Cube of Meat, extra damage. We're back to full health. It's gonna be interesting. It's a regular version of Mom, which is, you know, not the best we could have hoped for, but I don't actually have any hard data to back up my preferences for which Mom we should have with a run like this. But suffice it to say, I'm okay with this. I would love a deal with the Angel after this. I would love even a deal with the Devil. I would give up 1 or 2 hearts to pick up a Brimstone at this point, even though it might damn us. Especially if we got an HP upgrade after this Mom boss fight. We really... That might seem crazy. I think we have basically 0 chance of survival with the existing damage and ability to crowd control that we have. So, to pick up any extra damage is almost a borderline necessity, in my opinion. We're very much up against the wall here. I would be surprised if we managed to make this run work. This might be the end of the streak, but at the very least we can put in the old college try and hopefully, you know, give ourselves a... something to be proud of. So we got a range upgrade and no deal with the Devil. No deal with the Angel either. And of course the Polaroid, which we have to take. Now, at this point, every floor that we survive is a gift, basically. We're certainly in between a rock and a hard place. And, you know, normally that's reserved for decisions. But in this case, I felt like using it because we're, you know, kind of looking for the small rock, and that would make me have a substantially larger hard place, if you know what I mean. Okay, so let's have I'm trying to just use Abel to do some shooting up here while dodging myself. Abel doesn't do very much damage, but it is a way for me to kill these guys without actually, like, proccing their runaway mechanism, which is good. I think Abel actually did kill one by accident right there. Oh, and he killed another one. That totally worked out, actually. Problem is, Abel moves super slowly, which I actually did not realize. So we're close enough to our boss room that I want to save Book of Belial for it. Now I guess I do want to fight Death because the 3rd level Meat Boy might actually be beneficial. The Sun card probably will guarantee a survival on this floor. Maybe not forever, but survival on this floor is probably at this point a likelihood, which is good. You know, Utero's not nothing to sneeze at, basically. So let's see what we've got in here. It's Death. That's good. I'll only pop the Sun card if it becomes absolutely necessary, and it may. There's a half-decent chance I end up having to use the Sun card for either full health or Necronomicon usage here just to kill him. Or, you know, any combination of both, but it's actually going pretty well so far. He's going to create zombies. The zombies don't worry me because piercing shots makes them easy to kill. We have the range upgrade necessary to kind of deal a lot of damage with Lump of Coal, so, you know, we're also not dealing with a Brimstone or a Mom's Knife where it's going to be difficult to hit this guy, the horse, I should say, but, you know, we're not doing significant damage either. Now, all we needed was, yeah, the cube of meat. And now this is a moment of truth. This deal with the devil could be very interesting for us. Yes, I am going to... It's tempting to take the Pact here, I know, because it would give us Spirit Hearts as well. I'm gonna take Brimstone, and we'll roll on these 2 existing hearts. I know that this is gonna be a controversial decision. Just keep in mind that this is very unlikely to be the decision that makes or breaks this run. Well, it's more likely to be the decision that makes this run than the decision that breaks it. This run has been broken for a while, simply by virtue of not getting great items. This is kind of my Hail Mary pass. It's me saying, you know, it might not look like I'm in a terrible position right now, but our odds of success overall on this run are basically nil if I don't at least give this a chance. So I feel like I have to do that. We're going to fight, we have Brimstone, Book of Belial. We're going to fight Mom's Heart straight away here. Remember, we can only get hit once. If we get hit twice, I mean, not even the Sun card can save us anymore. All that can do is Necronomicon damage. So we're very much in a hamstrung position, to put it politely. We're 80% fucked might be the impolite way to put it, depending on what you're into, I guess. But that being said, we do still have a chance. Not getting hit on the remainder of Mom's Heart is a big part of keeping that chance alive. Thank you, Meat Boy, for actually coming up here to take control of those eyeless ooze guys. And you know, automatically, any run where I beat Mom's Heart is a decent run. Let's see if we can turn this into a surprisingly amazing run moving forward. So, you know, the Sun card at this point is basically the World card. I might as well just pop it so we can find our boss room straight away. It also does Necronomicon damage, but that's worth less than being able to find the boss room as soon as possible. At this point, looking at the layout of this floor, it's not ideal. We're certainly not in probably the place where we would want to be. We're pretty far away from the boss room, even having taken this shortcut directly through the secret room. So if we survive to fight Isaac, I would consider that a little triumphant in and of itself. I wonder how much debate there's going to be in the comments about that Brimstone decision. To me, it's not a decision of do you take Brimstone or not take Brimstone. It's do you take Brimstone or the Pact. And there's probably a reasonable argument to be made for the idea that the Pact was the smarter decision there, simply because... oh, don't take damage here. Don't take damage here. Simply because the Pact also obviously gives you the extra Spirit Hearts. Oh, I still took a little damage, but that's okay. We might have a chance of beating Isaac here. Again, I said getting to Isaac would be valuable in and of itself. Remember, we have Poison Touch. We don't have permanent Polaroid invincibility, but we do have Poison Touch. So if I can get hit and run up and hit him with Poison Touch before he does damage to me, or before invincibility wears off, pardon me, that would be amazing. We do have Guardian Angel as well, so we do have some defense against these incoming shots. Really got to focus. Okay. Managed to poison him and didn't take another hit. That is a small victory, but a victory nonetheless that could make a big difference. Now we have Meat Boy continuously biting him. It's both a blessing and a curse, as dodging is going to be more difficult. We poison him. We can only take one more hit. Either way, we're likely to die. but I'm pleased with this run regardless. I think I did better than I would have expected, given the items that we got. Yep, you know what? I'm happy with this run. Again, thank you to Dennis for that kind of tongue-in-cheek challenge run, but it was fun nonetheless. Hope you guys aren't too pissed off about it. I felt like I gave it the reasonable effort there, and we actually came pretty close to beating Isaac, despite only having one red heart container at the end of the game. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Continue suggesting your own tongue-in-cheek or non-tongue-in-cheek challenge runs. I'll do the ones I deem most appropriate again. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.